Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Chris and Ant show. What's up, Chris? How you doing today?
What's going down, Ant? We got another show popping for you.
We do have another show popping, and we got some great topics today. Starting off, we're going to talk about the GE stock split and why they did a little pop off yesterday. So that's going to be fun. GE is kind of splitting their ways. What you think about that? We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love stocks.
Woo, let's go. Saitama Inu. That's so hard to say. Is that worth your investment? What is it? Is that a new dog? I don't know. We're going to talk about that. Rivian stock. That one also took a little soar yesterday on an IPO. That was an IPO. Electric car maker. Took actually a very nice pop yesterday. So we're going to talk about that. What else are we talking about today, bro?
So after that, we got Westbrook and the Lakers. And I know there's a lot of Lakers fans out there. A lot of LeBron fans out there. I'm a LeBron fan. I want to see him get a couple rings so that he can definitively take that GOAT. So, I don't know. Is Westbrook good for that scenario?
We're going to see.
We're going to talk about it. Also, Jokic, staying on that basketball news.
Woo.
Jokic gave Markieff Morris a nice
Little
little shoulder wind up.
Is he going to the NFL?
Whew.
He might be going to the NFL after that one.
Jokic giving it to him out there. We'll talk about that. Kyle Rittenhouse. Some of you may remember him. Some of you may not. Guy that killed, killed two people, injured one. And I think it's some weird Kenosha. That's what it is.
The riots and looting
Wisconsin
and such.
riots.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Rittenhouse. And then we got Paul Rudd.
Sexiest man alive, Paul Rudd, takes it home?
Taking it home. I would have thought it'd be Pete Davidson after his year this year.
Oh, my God.
But we're going to talk about Paul Rudd, maybe a little bit of Jeff Bezos and DiCaprio going back and forth there.
That's a nice list there.
Who you going on a date with?
We're going to talk about that. I can't give that up now. Not giving that up right now.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, where are we, bro? I'll let you start it.
First topic of the day, GE stock flies after they talk about a three-way split. I think this is pretty genius, to be honest. GE, what they're doing right now, the GE stock went up 2.6%, which is pretty good considering the price of the GE stock.
Yeah.
And it reached about a 3.5 year high yesterday after the news that the GE will split its health sector into a health company, and that's going to happen by 2023. GE will retain 19.9% in that company, or that's what they're saying right now. I guess these things could change. It's also going to combine its renewable energy, power, and digital businesses in 2024. So essentially making like a renewable energy and digital conglomerate. And then the rest of it is going to be made into a GE aviation company, which is going to handle, their planes and all that aviation jazz. So it just makes sense. And Chief Executive Larry Culp said, by creating 3 industry-specific, publicly traded companies, each can benefit from greater focus, tailored capital allocation, and strategic flexibility to drive long-term growth and value. And, I mean, it just makes sense because if you have all these different companies and GE that GE's controlling and, it's just GE, then, I mean, it's going to be hard to have, a congruent goal for each company. So to separate them really makes sense to me. What do you think about that, bro?
No, I mean, I'm kind of with you. It makes sense to me. And to be honest with you, I think they kind of took a page out of their old, I want to say he was the CEO, Jack Welch. They took a page out of his book. When he went to GE and kind of took over, they had a bunch of companies, a bunch of different focuses, a bunch of different, appliances, and they just had a hand in everything, right? And what he did is he got rid of everything that they couldn't be, I believe, number 1 and number 2 in, got rid of it all, and it really boosted their business. He's known for it in the business world as maybe that being one of the biggest turnovers in business history. Not sure if it is or not, whatever, that's regardless, but it's a big thing that Jack Welch did for GE. So to me, it almost seems like a book out or a play out of that book.
Rather. Yeah, I mean It probably slightly is, to be honest. You're probably onto something there.
So, they're going to like you said, they're going to create 3 different companies, and they said it's going to be a well-capitalized investment-grade companies that focus on aviation, healthcare, energy. And they say that they plan to have a spin-off GE Healthcare early 2023.
Yep.
They want to retain 19.9% of stake in that business.
Yep.
They said they're going to combine GE renewable power and digital business into a company that should be moving forward early 2024.
So that's like right around the corner too.
Yeah,
like
very soon. They
They're
want
not
to do
even
it quick.
They're not waiting on this. They're like popping it off.
And then they said the remaining parts are going to be morphed into that aviation-focused company.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think it's a good play. I think they're going right after that Jack Welch playbook. Hey, let's get focused down on these specific areas that we can do well, and let's make it happen there. So I think it's a great play by GE. If you're a GE stockholder, what I say is hold it for 5 years.
Yeah,
I want to say if you look at GE in the last 5 years, I want to say they're down 52%. 5 years ago, real quick, they were somewhere around 230, 250. They're at 110 right now.
Yeah, so it might be a good time to get in right now.
It's a decent time to get in. I think if you want to hold it for 5, we're kind of buy and hold investors.
Diamond hands. You can't just, let it go.
Yeah, you got to hold.
And if you let it go, don't let it all go. Well, just
Right.
let a little bit of the bag go. Don't let the whole bag go.
That's a good point.
Because you'll mess around and let the whole bag go and gain, $100, and then you would have kept that bag for 5 years, and it would have been way more than $100.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like we'll talk about that here in a second, because I'm going to compare some Bitcoin numbers, and if you look at it 5 years ago, and you had some, and you sold it, and you don't have any now, you're probably pooping yourself.
Yeah, you absolutely
really
upset.
messy poop.
Yeah,
very like a clean one, like one that you got to take some time to clean up.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it's a good move, G.
Yeah, that's a good move, G, for sure. Next up, Saitama Inu. Is that worth your investment?
Saitama
Inu. My gosh, I can't say it right. It's just ridiculous. What do you think about that, bro?
Saitama Inu. So, it's another one of these things. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Maybe you could go to their website, check it out, and, figure it out from there. But, to me, it's just another one of those cryptos, right? It works very similar to SafeMoon. Like, I looked up kind of the protocols and the way it works. If you hold the coin, you get more coins. Supposedly, they have like a whale protection mechanism built into the crypto.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I believe that it also burns as well. So it's very similar to a SafeMoon, maybe very similar to a Shiba Inu, which has popped recently.
Yeah.
There was one person that made an $8,000, I believe this is correct, made an $8,000 investment, turned it into something like upwards of $5 billion plus.
Wow.
And then cashed $2.5 billion of that out, $8,000 investment.
Wow. Holler at your boy. That's the
ridiculous.
diamond hands right there.
So boy had diamond hands. It probably went from 8,000 to maybe 2,000 up to, some billion. So
paper hands, he would have had like 20K.
Yeah. Paper. Yeah, exactly. You got paper hands, and some people have done some questionable things because of those decisions they made. I'll just leave it at that. But so I think it's just like another one of them cryptos, like a Shiba Inu, something that could, really pop moving forward if you're willing to invest some money and hold it, right? So,
yeah. And it might not even have to be too much money if you really think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm saying, 8,000 to some $1 billion. I mean, if you take an $800 investment, you might be at couple million.
You would have been a couple million there.
Yeah,
what's wrong with that?
Yeah, nothing wrong with millions, right? Billions are good. Nothing wrong with millions,
right?
Especially for $800. So that's kind of what my point is here. Is crypto has made this kind of, it does this over and over again. 5 years ago, I just kind of mentioned I was gonna look at Bitcoin compared to the stocks. 5 years ago, Bitcoin was around $800. Now it's around 64K.
You say that right now, and I am just so mad at myself that I do
you
not
and everybody
have
in the world
like 800 Bitcoin. I could have bought a couple Bitcoin.
You and everybody in the world.
I could have bought like 2, 3, 4 Bitcoin.
Yeah, so Ethereum.
5 maybe.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Like, and now that would have been
5 years.
$250,000, $300,000.
You got 5-year diamond hands. You got them 5 carats. So this is what I'm. And
yeah.
then Ethereum.
Well, I didn't even buy the Bitcoin, so I didn't have the paper hands. I just never bought it.
You
so
learn from your mistakes.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But Ethereum, $11 5 years ago. Today, $4,600.
My gosh,
Litecoin
that's a nice return.
5 years ago, $3. Today, $257.
Yeah.
Doge 5 years ago, fractions of a
Don't
penny.
even talk to me about Doge.
Fractions of a penny. It's worth 25 cents now. So I'm just, these are multiple different things.
Yeah.
Shiba Inu is another coin that we can kind of say, and all the cryptos you can really kind of follow that same path for. So, I think if you get in early on Saitama Inu and it goes through, I mean, obviously you could lose all your money. I'm not going to say that you can't. You can always lose your money.
You could lose your money tomorrow, though, if you buy an $800 TV.
Yeah, exactly. You could buy an $800
or an $800
TV
Xbox.
You're never
with
getting
some
that back.
controllers and a couple games, and
That's
you
a good
just
point.
you just lost that 800.
Some people pay $800 for a
You know
bottle
what
of
I'm saying?
alcohol or something like that, which I
Yeah.
guess you could resell maybe, kind of like some Elon Musk kind of play there. But
Right,
So
exactly.
that's my take. Is I think it's a good play. Buy and hold for 5 years, and I think that's kind of a reoccurrence with us. We're buy and hold investors.
Yeah.
Buy and hold for 5 years. I think you're good on Saitama Inu.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm obviously gonna go with that. So if you don't know what Saitama Inu is, it's a cryptocurrency that uses the Ethereum network. It's a passive income system, which means that 2% of every transaction is redistributed to the people that are holding it. So if you're holding,
Nice. So if you hold, you get more coins.
if you hold it, when people sell it or exchange it in different places, the holders are gonna get some of those coins. It also has a deflation. It's deflationary built in. So in that same transaction, when people are doing those exchanges, it takes an additional 2% and it burns that 2%.
Nice.
So that means with the more exchanges that end up happening with Saitama Inu,
Yeah.
the higher it's going to be
More
worth
value you're
because the more transactions, the more coins that are
that.
going to get burned. So that's pretty awesome. And then, like you said, they do claim to have some type of whale-resistant thing coded in. That I'm not 100% for sure. Like, how are they protecting against the whales?
I'm not sure.
I don't know how that's going to work because obviously people have more money than others and they invest more than others. So when they sell it, it kind of inflates things or deflates them, whatever you want to say. But, like, I don't know how they did that. We're going to see. They say they have an anti-whale.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I just think it's smart. Like you said, if you put $800 into it, I think you get something like a couple billion coins. So, I mean,
for sure.
It's like if invest the money you're going to spend on a couple Christmas presents for a couple years, for a year. And
5 years.
You got an investment. Just hold it, just buy it and hold it. So I think it's a good idea. I mean, I'm definitely in the Saitama Inu. So, I mean, if you're investing, we're not professional investors. So, I mean, do your due diligence. Okay. Don't just listen to us and spend your money and then try to blame us for anything, because it is your money. And like J.G. Wentworth said, you need it now. You know what I'm saying? So do your own due diligence. But I got Saitama Inu for sure.
Yeah, if you need your money now, then I'm not sure that, investing is your best bet.
Yeah.
As we said, we're hold investors. Buy and hold it. Don't sell it quick. 5 years Saitama Inu, you're good to go. And the next thing we're going to talk about here, EV cars. Obviously, Tesla has been talks of, the stock world, business world, the nation for quite some time. And an electric car maker today, Rivian, their stock soars. I think they hit, something like $100 today.
The Rivian, the Rivian IPO. It just IPO today.
IPO today. And, if you look at stocks like Tesla, there's another one that's in my portfolio named Arrow. There's another one named FUV, FUVAYRO. These are the different EV stocks. And if you look at them again, I'm going to give you this 5-year period. They're looking very nice over a 5-year period. I mean, you could have got these, I think at some like $1 or something like that. Go look for yourself, check out their graphs. But my point is if you would have held any of these, Tesla included, for 5 years, you're looking pretty good. So, the stock is $110 some. If you hold it for 5 years, I think you're looking good. one of the big things that's really blowing them up and giving them a lot of buzz is they've been able to put a pickup truck out. They're calling it the R1T, and it's supposed to hit the market this fall. So they're really the first EV company, battery-powered vehicle that's put a truck out, and that's what a lot of people have been waiting for. The Cybertruck had a lot of eyeballs, a lot of interest when it was first announced there with Tesla. This truck, one in the same. I'm not saying it's a Cybertruck, but I'm saying that it's getting a lot of attention here in the marketplace, and I think that's why the stock soared. So, I think if you're looking at EVs, if you've been in them for the last 5 years, you know that it's been some nice returns, and I think you'll probably see that with Rivian, especially since they got a product actually hitting the market. I mean, that's a big deal.
Well, I mean, I was looking at the Rivian. They started their IPO at $57 to $62, and that was what they started to file it at. After that, they boosted it up to $72 to $74. It ended up going all the way up to $100, $106, nice. And it ended up opening at $106. Ended up closing at $100.73.
Okay.
So it beat its offering price by $22. They were able to raise $11.9 billion for their truck you're talking about.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. They're going to have a lot of trucks going out, and that actually happened to be the 7th largest U.S. IPO that's ever released.
Wow.
And some of the names on this list are pretty impressive. Like Alibaba debuted, $25 billion they raised.
Wow, okay.
Visa, 19.7, GM, 18.4. So, I mean, they're up there with some massive names.
That's impressive.
I am sweating. Jay, can you get me a towel? I am sweating right now. My goodness.
Are you nervous over there?
No, I'm not nervous. It's hot, and I got freaking sweatpants on. My gosh. Thank you, Jay. Woo. Thank you.
It's a good thing we got a producer back there. My man, don't get it on my table.
And,
and
I'm just,
on the mic
what's getting me so hot and sweaty right now? This Rivian stock news,
Right.
My money's going up, so I'm getting all hot and sweaty.
That does get me hot and bothered too, Aaron.
You know what I'm saying? So there we
go. Stocks, when
but
the money starts flowing,
it starts flowing and going.
Juices get to going.
And you start sweating. So that's it. But yeah, so the Rivian stock popped up. Next on the agenda, Westbrook. Good for the Lakers? I don't know. See, you've been hating on Westbrook, bro. You've been hating on him.
For years.
You've been saying for years
what I say about him.
That he's not the guy. And I don't know. I still think that Westbrook can get into it, honestly. He's been having a hard time transitioning in the Lakers. He hasn't played with LeBron yet because LeBron's been out. So, I mean, he hasn't really actually been in the role that he's going to be in the Lakers.
He never plays with anyone.
No, but I'm just saying,
he's just a stat packer.
My point is he hasn't played with LeBron. So his role with the Lakers now when LeBron comes back is not the same role it is now. So, when LeBron comes back, LeBron will see the ball more. Some of these turnovers that Russell Westbrook is getting because he has the ball more will be lower because LeBron's going to have the ball.
Okay.
And I think he's going to be able to get into it. He obviously needs to cut down on the turnovers. He be moving with the ball, though. If you watch the Lakers, the other night he made bad cuts, got the ball under the hole. He missed a dunk, but, I mean, he moves without the ball. I think when LeBron is back, I think it's going to be a new dynamic. I don't think Lakers fans need to worry just yet. I think there's still time. There's still time. What do you think, bro?
Well, I told you that when... I'll just say this. The Lakers are the 8th seed in the West right now. So he hasn't pushed them completely out of the playoffs if we were going to start today. You know what I mean? So, I guess he's got that going for him, right? I told you when the Lakers acquired him that I graded it a C acquisition. Like, I didn't think it was special. I wasn't too excited about it. Yes, he's athletic. Yes, he gets triple doubles. Yes, he is a good player. I believe he's on the top 75 team as well as he should be. So I'm not trying to hate on him in that regard.
I mean, the man's a triple-double maniac.
Yeah. Well, he
did.
Yeah,
best
I'm
ever,
not hating
to be
on
honest.
that.
Best
not hating
ever.
on that. Best man ever at the triple-doubles. That's for sure. But a lot of the times I see him fighting big men for rebounds. Like, That's what I've always said about him. He's a stat packer. He's not really in it for the team. Like, you might as well let your big man get the rebound, right? Let him get the stat. That's what he plays the whole game to get the rebound. You fly in and steal a rebound from him.
He don't always be stealing rebounds.
I get it.
Though.
I'm just saying, not the best team player you've ever seen in the NBA.
I think that's
it
second
takes
chance
a lot
hustle
of
points.
team chemistry, a lot of hustle out there to get the dub, and he's just so
he hustles,
but he's just so abrasive.
You can't say that man don't
He
hustle.
doesn't look fluid on the court. Like I said, a C acquisition. I've never loved him anywhere he's been, really.
You have said that.
I wouldn't love him on
you
my
have
team.
said that. I
put
that.
him right up there with James Harden. I think James Harden's another stat packer. Another kind of them players that just don't mesh well on a team, take way too many shots, can't get a team chemistry going, therefore can't win a ring because of it. Can't even get to a ship. Well, I guess he got to one in OKC, but that was young Harden. He's a completely different player.
He had KD.
Right.
His Houston team was lackluster, especially in the West. I mean,
he had.
You
had
always
Chris
had.
Paul
I
on
feel
there.
like you always talk about
Chris
how
Paul
these
was on there. They were pretty good.
Chris
We
Paul,
could go
but
back
you were
and
talking
look up at the
about
roster,
you
but
talk
I'm just
about
saying.
you talk about LA. You talk about the Spurs dynasty in that same time. That team, they weren't beating them.
Sure. I get
They
it,
weren't
but my
beating
point
them.
is this: I've never been impressed by his play. To me, he's always kind of been a stat packer. He's not somebody that if I had an NBA franchise, which I don't, so take it for what it's worth, I wouldn't want to bring him into my franchise. I would have been looking for other people if I was the Lakers. I would have tried to acquire somebody else. Now, one thing that I think they might have going for him is I think they could possibly move Westbrook and get somebody for him and build some role players around LeBron and AD. I think if you do that, you can actually win a ring, get that cohesive gameplay down. As long as
you're
they're
saying
playing,
trade them.
as long
you're
as they're
saying
not
trade
healthy.
them and try to get.
But then again,
pieces.
I don't know.
Is that what you're saying?
It's all going to depend on what you can get for him. Because if I don't get anything for him, I'm not trading him because he's a
So
he's
what
a
do
top
you?
75
So what do
player.
you? So what do you need to get? What do you need to get?
Who would I like to get?
Who are you
that?
getting? What are you trying to give me?
That's a
give
good
me an
question.
example. I don't know. Like,
That's
are
a
you
good question.
are you going to get like a young player? Or are you trying to get old vet?
No, I'm trying to get somebody that can win me a ring now. I got LeBron now. LeBron's not getting younger.
So like
I'm trying to get someone that can win a ring now. It might be probably another guard. Maybe like even I don't know, Jaylen Brown. I don't know about that.
Jaylen Brown's pretty good.
Maybe you can get Russell Westbrook for Jaylen Brown. I know they talked about Ben Simmons. I might even give him up for Ben Simmons.
For Ben Simmons.
Oh,
You talk so much smash about Ben Simmons.
But he fits well
Hold
with
up.
two big scorers, with LeBron and AD, when he doesn't have to facilitate stuff. He can guard the best player. He can play his defense and tire down the people that LeBron and AD.
If they
and those
give
guys
up
don't
Russell
wanna
Westbrook
guard,
for Ben Simmons, that's
and then he can just pass to
That's
AD
no bueno.
and pass to LeBron and facilitate them two and allow them two to win the game, because them two are enough to win the game. You don't need another star, like a star power, needing the ball kind of player. That's my point.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. If you get rid of Westbrook for somebody like a Ben Simmons, I'm mad at it. Me personally, but I like Westbrook. So the rest of the
I
world
just think it
probably
might
isn't
give him a
with
better-
me on this, because I
I
mean,
think
even
it might give him a better chance to win a ring.
Skip and Shannon were hating on Westbrook. They're calling him Westbrick. I mean, a lot of people are hating
Yeah,
on
boy, is
Westbrook right
Westbrook.
now. So I might be the only man in the world right now with this stance, but I honestly feel like when LeBron comes back, he's gonna have to fall into LeBron's team, and I think LeBron holding the ball more, it's gonna take down the turnovers. He's very active on the rebounds and everything. The turnovers
LeBron was
are going to come
averaging
down.
4 turnovers. Westbrook was averaging 5. So LeBron's not turning it over much less right now.
No, but I'm
Just say
saying
that.
with Westbrook holding the ball, if he holds the ball, 30 minutes now, he's going to be holding it 20 with LeBron back.
I don't disagree with that.
So I mean,
but that's
going to
problem.
help. That's going to help, and I think the Lakers can still come back. Now, I really hope Westbrook comes in, because if not, I'm going to be eating my words. I've been talking Westbrook up for years. Triple-double king. Just scores, mashes on your face, passes the ball, rebounds. This man does it all. fantasy
Fantasy
guru.
favorite.
I mean, if
That's a
you're
good
on
point,
a fantasy team and you don't have Russell Westbrook, you are insane because he is scoring buckety
Not this
bucks.
year. He's not averaging double this year.
He's still
Triple-double this
scoring
year, I
good
mean.
fantasy numbers. Still scoring good fantasy numbers with
He's
the numbers he's
what
putting
is
up.
he at? He's at 18.8
He's
points.
still putting up the fantasy.
8.8 rebounds, 8.5 assists.
So
That's
I
good
mean,
fantasy numbers.
good fantasy numbers.
5 turnovers.
So I mean, I love Russell Westbrook. I hope he turns it around. And yeah, that's where we're going with that one.
Yeah. So
Chris is
to me,
thinking out.
it's a little early to tell because I think he's got a good enough player to turn it around with the Lakers, with LeBron coming back, with AD. I think they got the roster that can do it. It's all going to depend on their chemistry. I'm rooting for the Lakers. I'd love to see them get another championship.
Go LeBron.
But I
Team
guess we'll
LeBron.
see what happens. I don't know. I'm not excited about Westbrook, but we'll see.
LeBron's the GOAT.
Where we at, bro?
And Jokic unsportsmanlike conduct. Did you? Okay, so first off, if you didn't see Jokic in this Markieff Morris, battle the other night, you have to look it up on Twitter. You have to check this out. So Markieff Morris just kind of gives him like a little, shoulder check, like the shoulder check you give to a high school friend in the hallway, like kind of hard. But
I might fight my friend if they do that to me. Still,
no. The Markieff Morris one before that.
Okay.
So then Jokic gets mad as hell.
Yeah.
He must have got mad as hell.
Yeah, European.
Because Markieff took down the court. He got European mad and he blasted him. He NFL linebacker blasted him
with his
on
head
the
turned.
With his head turned. So that was definitely unsportsmanlike conduct. Jokic, that was whack. And it was kind of funny that the Jokic brothers made a Twitter to talk crap to Markieff and his brother. So that's pretty funny. But I do agree with the unsportsmanlike conduct. I do agree with the suspension. He got suspended for a game. I think Jimmy Buckets got fined a couple dollars, more than a couple dollars, but he got fined for yelling. But Jokic is obviously going to lose the salary for that game. So that's a pretty big fine in itself. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad that it happened. I'm not mad at Jokic or Morris. I mean, the game is the game. It gets heated. It gets passionate.
Yeah.
I think all the big men from Shaq to Barkley to Ron Artest, when Jermaine O'Neal, when they went into the stands, something like that was way crazier than this. Way crazier than this. They was fighting fans. So something like that's way crazier. I didn't hate it, but it was definitely unsportsmanlike conduct. I think the league was correct in suspending him, and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at it. What do you think, bro?
No, I mean, I'm kind of with you. I mean, Jokic, like we said, shoulder checks Markieff. After he kind of like undercuts him in the ribs and like hits him with like one of those.
Yeah, it was
right up under the rib.
It was
And that probably hurt.
I
mean, it probably hurt a little bit, especially for a basketball player, a little soft and fuzzy.
A little soft, fuzzy basketball player, it might have hurt, but it wasn't.
I thought it was kind of funny, and then Markieff turns around like it's just a normal foul, and Jokic looked like he was Super Saiyan mode.
Super Saiyan. He was mad as hell.
Mad and just boomed him, right? So Jimmy Butler, Markieff got fined $50K, so that's how much he got fined. Jimmy Buckets, copped a $30K fine.
That's not that bad.
And Jokic will end up losing like $201,000 for his one game suspension because he's not going to get paid for the game. So that's
a good amount.
That's a good amount of change.
Yeah, for one game, that's a good amount of.
Yeah, So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, to me, that's pretty emotional, right? So they always say Europeans are emotional. Just mess with them. To me, it almost proves the point. Very emotional. Almost what you could say, maybe a hard foul, but nothing that any NBA player hasn't taken before.
Yeah,
probably.
the Markieff one, when Morris hit him, that wasn't that hard.
Wasn't that hard? That's what I'm saying. And then to get that mad and to shoulder check someone who's got their head turned, that's kind of soft. Jokic, a little soft, like
a little softy.
Could have squared up with him or something, maybe, if you really wanted to be about it.
That would have
$200K would have been worth it.
Now, see that right there would have made it. If Jokic put them hands up, squared up with them, face to face, man to man, macho y macho. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That would have been way better. I mean, it definitely took a tide when
Yeah.
He blasted him from the back.
Yeah, he blasted him.
And he wasn't even looking. Like, at least say, hey, Markeith, you better look this way because me and you got beef.
We got beef.
We got beef, boy.
We got a McDouble, boy.
Yeah, yeah. So that was whack. That was whack that he hit him in the back. But, I mean, whatever.
No, so like I said, I don't really care. To me, it's kind of funny more than anything. Jokic lose 200. They lose some money, suspended for a game. Like I said, he's kind of, soft, little European, and it kind of shows with that. That's kind of what I think. And that, people are probably just going to mess with him more now because why wouldn't you? Mess with him. And then he hits you in the back, and now he's out 2 games. I do that in the playoff. I got myself a victory.
The series. That's the series.
And you lose $200,000.
You know, the funny thing, I also heard I don't remember what announcer it was or even what channel they were on, maybe ESPN Sports Center. I don't know what it was. But they were talking about how they were all for it because NBA is petty, and he's here for the pettiness. That's what he said.
He does like the pettiness.
And I mean, the NBA has a lot of
too.
pettiness, and it is entertaining. So I mean,
oh yeah, definitely.
I'm
entertaining.
not mad at it.
I'm not mad at the entertainment. Dumb play, but hey, if you want to do it again, keep it up, Jokic.
Do what you do.
That was a pretty strong shot.
Yeah.
Next time, let's get a knockout,
or let's square up. Let me square up, and then we can put this on HBO. With boxing gloves, and we can make another $5 milli.
What if we
10,
could get
20 milli?
Jokic and Markeith?
Oh, there we go.
What if we get
Jokic and Markeith on the Jake Paul
Triller?
On the Jake Paul card.
On the Jake Paul card,
That's
on
perfect.
someone's card. What if we can? Maybe we can get the Morris brothers in here too. We can get it popping.
Logan, Jake Paul, please make this happen. You all make everything happen. Logan, Jake Paul, please make it happen. We're going Jokic, Markeith Morris.
Yeah, on the Triller card.
They're not even on Triller no more. They're on big time.
Wherever it is.
They're fighting
Triller,
Showtime. They're fighting HBO. They're fighting the big boys. Right. There we go. Morris brothers, Jokic brothers, and the Paul brothers.
And a tag team
championship. There we go. Now we're talking. That's hilarious. But next up, we got the Kyle Rittenhouse story, and this was pretty intense. Kyle Rittenhouse testified today, and he actually started to tear up a little bit if you were watching it.
Oh, of course, you're gonna face that much jail time. You're gonna tear up in court too.
Yeah, he was tearing up. The judge actually had to wait. Tell everybody take 10 minutes, come back, reconvene. Yeah, because he was wrecked. But after he testifies, he was pretty much just saying that he did it all in self-defense. And what he said was the first guy ambushed him. What was it? Rosenbaum. So that's the guy that he shot 4 times. So the defense was trying to say, why are you shooting him 4 times if it was just defense?
Hey,
but
let's be serious. Cops shoot handcuffs people 10 times.
Wow, and they get away with defense all the time. 10 times.
I love
9
cops.
shots.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you guys shoot people that are handcuffed a little too much. Shoot them once. Like the bullets, they do some damage.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Anyway, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Don't even shoot nobody, cops. I think they be shooting people way too soon. They be shooting people before they even see lethal. I was trained in the military for those kind of classes, and I don't know. Sometimes they're a little bit interesting. But anyway, so he said Rosenbaum ambushed him. He shot him 4 times. After that, he took off down the road, and that's when he was running down the road.
Yeah.
When he was running down the road, he said that he was trying to get to the cops. And then the defense goes, or the prosecution goes, well, why are you trying to get to the cops? And he said, well, because I was trying to tell them, because I didn't do anything wrong. I was in the defense.
Right.
So, I mean, if he actually thought that he was doing wrong or like premeditated that in any way, or actually wanted to kill him and then was trying to get away with it, why would you be running towards the cops? That's a pretty good defense right there.
Yeah.
And so then after that, he's taken out on the street. The second guy, Hubbard, strikes him in the neck twice with his skateboard. And then he said he tried to get the gun away from him, so he fired 1 time at him. He ended up passing away. The third guy pulled out a pistol.
Yeah. And
then he shot at him. So, I mean, especially in the situation, I think he said people were yelling, get him and kill him and other random things.
Oh, yeah.
He's a young kid. He was probably pretty scared for his life. So, I mean, I honestly really do believe what he's saying. And it was kind of funny too, because the prosecution was trying to like bring up things that the judge told them they couldn't bring up. If you've seen that today, I don't know if you've seen it, but the judge just lighting up the prosecution, talking about you can't bring this in. I already told you this. Why you know the law good enough to know you can't do this? And then the defense lawyer is saying the same thing. He was like, "This is ridiculous."
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, now I read some things talking about they might what could happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Is it might get thrown out
because
and
of
then because of the prosecution or whatever. And if it does, they might be able to never try him again because of double jeopardy. So that would be a big fail if that happens to the prosecution. I'm not sure if it is going to, but that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. No, I mean, to be honest with you, I kind of saw the footage when it came out, a year ago or whatever it was. I don't know how long it was.
Yeah.
I saw it some time ago. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's self-defense. I saw it again. I was like, well, that's self-defense.
Yeah.
Realistically, he's a teenager. Now, some could say, why are you there with an AR-15? I could probably agree with that.
I would agree with that.
Why are you there? That's probably a decent question to ask. But then again, it's his right to have an AR-15. He's open carrying it, and I'm an American patriot. So to me, he's exercising his rights.
That's
right.
True. That's
he's
true.
in a protest area where maybe he doesn't feel comfortable. Makes sense. People have been shot and killed at these protests.
Well, he said he was there to defend property, right?
Yeah, sure. People have been shot and killed, at the protest. People have been shot and killed at Capitol Hill. People get shot and killed in protests, regardless if it's BLM or regardless if it was whatever. That's what happens sometimes. Kent State, people got shot by cops. It happens, right?
It happens.
So for him to take his, the National Guard, right?
Guard.
Oh yeah, that was the National Guard. That's correct. Yeah, that was the National Guard. So, and I guess that's kind of my point is people do get shot in places like that, and so he was scared. He brought his AR-15. 3 different people attacked him in a large crowd.
He brought his AR-15 to defend the property of his family's business.
Yeah.
So that's why he had the AR-15.
Right, which I mean, like, again, to me it's, someone could say, why are you doing that? But then it comes back to, well, it's his right to have an AR-15. It's his right to be on his family's property. It's his right to want to protect property. Yeah. I don't know if you want to shoot someone over property. I don't know. Don't kill somebody over property. But I guess my point is this, is they physically attacked him, charged a man with a gun. Why would you charge a man with an AR-15 anyway, especially if all you have is a skateboard in your fists? Not very intelligent. Those guys, I believe, had a decent rap sheet for assault. So they weren't running up to him to give him a kiss on the lips or a hug or anything.
No, and also, what do you think
about this?
They were
going up there to get his rifle, and maybe they would have shot him, or who knows what would have happened.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, what happens when he doesn't fire and they actually subdue him, grab his rifle, take his rifle? Now what? Does he get shot?
Probably. Would be my guess. And then you got the third guy points a pistol at him.
Well, I mean,
what kind of sense? If you're gonna point a pistol at him, you better shoot him because you're lucky that you're even still alive.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure.
That was the guy that survived. The guy with the pistol survives. How does that happen?
Right, skateboard man doesn't. Probably
that's kind of weird.
You know why? Probably because he had a little bit of distance from him, where skateboard man and the other guy kind of charged him and took a bullet very close.
Right.
Where this guy had a little bit of distance.
Yeah,
so
that's
that might be why. But I'm just saying, like, not very smart. If you're not going to shoot him, why are you pointing a gun at him? If somebody has just killed 2 people, me personally, I'm not running towards it.
No.
If it's not my family and I don't have a gun, I'm not going towards it. I don't care. So not very smart.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it was self-defense. A teenager got attacked by, some people in a protest, and dumb shit happened. That's all it was.
Collateral damage happened. I'm tend to agree, especially after seeing the protest. And actually, I remember what it was. The defense was trying to use a narrative where Rittenhouse, say 10 days prior to the incident, told people that were vandalizing his vehicle or somebody's vehicle that he wished he had his AR to kill him or to shoot him. So the defense was trying to use that in saying, well, if 10 days earlier he was saying this, then obviously, yeah, that's what the defense was saying.
Okay.
But the judge was saying that it wasn't the same because he didn't have his AR when he said it. So it was like speculation at the time. And the judge said it's very different from a guy saying, oh, I would shoot you if you were on my car or without a gun, to a guy holding a gun saying, oh, I'm about to shoot you if you're on my car.
Well, there was,
So,
and you also, to me, there was a lot of protesters there that he could have shot.
He could have killed a lot more people than 3 if he was killed just trying to shoot
people that were literally 2 attacking him, 1 pointing a gun at him.
I mean, that's another thing I thought. Like, if he was actually just there to kill protesters, a lot more than 3 could have been hit.
Right.
And the only ones that got hit were people that were
and he ran away, and then
they followed him and chased him down the street.
I mean, like, come on.
So it looks like self-defense to me.
I agree.
Last up, Paul Rudd gets sexiest man of the year.
He's too sexy for his shirt.
Too sexy for his shirt. So sexy it hurts.
Something like that.
Ooh. Yeah. So Paul Rudd, sexiest man of the year by People's Magazine. Now, I'm not really sure when I see Ant-Man in his little spandex outfit that I think sexy. It doesn't, to me, that's not who I'm getting to be in my sexy music video. He looks good. He's a good looking man. I'm not hating on Paul Rudd because he definitely is a very good looking man.
He's funny.
He's very funny, so that helps. We saw with the Pete Davidson thing.
Yeah.
You know, funny is obviously the trump. You can get Kim K and whoever else you want if you're funny.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing. So the question we have, Jeff Bezos, Leonardo DiCaprio, who are we picking for sexiest man, or who are you picking just in general? I put a list together. I'm not going to lie. I put a little bit of a list together. I'm definitely taking Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, you put a list together?
I'm taking Ryan Reynolds all day over top of Paul Rudd. I'm not hating on you, Paul Rudd. Ryan Reynolds is definitely on top of Paul Rudd. I'm also taking Jamie Dornan. Now that's the 50 Shades main actor.
Where do we come up with these
He's
people?
definitely sexier than Paul Rudd. I'm just going to say that. Leonardo DiCaprio, sexier than Paul Rudd. Okay?
I can agree with that.
Now, Jeff Bezos is not allowed on the sexiest man alive list. The man cannot make the list.
Okay, so I was asking.
He is not available to be on the list because he's just
But who are you taking
not
on a date?
sexy.
Who are you taking on a date?
If I don't know their names, not Jeff Bezos. If I don't
You
see
do
the
know their names.
if I don't see the Black American Express or the $1 billion hanging out of his right pocket, not Jeff Bezos.
That'd be funny.
And honestly, I'm probably not taking Jeff Bezos anyway because that boy ugly. That boy ugly.
He's been working out though.
He has been working out. I will give him that. His body is not the worst you've ever seen. It's the ears. The ears and the eyes are big.
He must work out.
I don't know how you do eye workouts.
So I don't know where all these other people came from. Okay, I was just sitting here.
Sexiest man alive. I got to
Paul
come up with a
Rudd,
list. Bro.
Jeff Bezos, Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, who are you going to dinner with? That's kind of what I was thinking. I guess the difference between a straight and a gay man.
Yeah, well,
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But what?
We
So
know
anyway, but just a couple days before Paul Rudd is named sexiest man alive, okay, Leonardo DiCaprio almost steals Jeff Bezos' girl simply by a 10-second interaction.
I mean, it's
Mr.
Leonardo.
Steal Your Girl,
it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right?
That's, I mean,
so it's interesting there, right? You're with someone worth $201 billion in Bezos.
Doesn't even matter.
You know, they say money can't buy happiness.
It also can't buy sexiness.
And her eyes were just looking all over my boy Leo.
Yeah,
looking
I don't
at him like he was Jack in Titanic.
Jack, lift me up, Jack. I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you blame her? Probably not.
No, I
right?
don't. No, not
right.
at all.
So I mean, and
she's got to get her eye candy somewhere.
Who you go on a date with? Paul Rudd, Leo, Jeff. You know, that's what I'm thinking.
Who are you? So
Leo, in my opinion, is better looking than Paul. Okay, I got to be honest here.
You have to
as a
say
straight
it.
man, we can all say that. I know you straight men have said
Paul
Leo is a good-looking dude, right?
Maybe it's the bad dad bod that he's got going on lately.
Whatever. I mean,
I
dad
don't know.
bods are in. They say Tyson Fury won a world championship with
that's
a
true.
pretty epic dad bod. We'll say
that's
that.
True. That's a good point.
And then, so Leo actually won back-to-back Sexiest Man championships from Glamour magazine.
Well, he is a two-time.
So he's a two-time.
Leonardo, the two-time.
So Leo, two-time champion DiCaprio.
So maybe they were just tired of giving it to Leo.
So this is what I'm saying.
Just,
like,
maybe that's what it is.
But then also you got to think, like, Jeff Bezos is worth 200 some billion.
Yeah.
Leo is, they say on Google, which is probably wrong. Who knows? But I think 260 million.
So
Jeff
wait.
has more B's than M's.
He's got the B. They got the same amount, but one is M's and one's B's.
That seems pretty close.
Close to the same amount.
So you almost might be able to say, well, if someone was to go out with Jeff Bezos, then personality, you know what I mean? You're not so shallow. You might be a little smart because he has a lot of money. And
do you think he has a personality since he's so smart, or do you think he's like a robot?
So I don't know. I'm just saying, are we shallow? Are you a gold digger if you're trying to go for smarts? Like, is that like, are you not allowed to go for smart people here? You know what I mean?
Well, I think
Jeff Bezos can take you to space now in a spaceship. There's only a few people that can take you to space, and tell me that it's not pretty.
Go to space. I want to go to space. But the question is, are you dating him because he can take you to space, or are you seeing him because he's sexy? That's the question.
Yes, I'm still going with Leo though.
Yeah, I'm going. You got to go.
I'm still going with Leo.
But you saw. Well, honestly,
now if I want to learn some business talk, obviously I'm going with Jeff. I mean, we're talking strictly sexiest man alive on looks here. Leo, we'll go get a steak. But if we're talking business, obviously it's Jeff.
Well, I mean, if we're talking business, I'm trying to throw my man Elon Musk in the mix then.
Well, okay.
That's all I'm saying. Because Elon, he ugly, but he ain't
Elon or Jeff then?
He ain't
better
as
looking scale.
Elon is better looking than Jeff Bezos.
Damn, Jeff.
Yeah, I think. It's just the bald head. The bald head don't do it for. Maybe it's the baldness.
That's the power look.
No, not for me. That's not the power look for me. He looks like Lex Luthor had big rat eyes and Dumbo ears.
Damn,
that's Jeff Bezos.
I think you look good, Jeff. Keep up the
I'm
great
just kidding.
work.
He's cute if you like
keep up
that
the great
type
work,
of
Jeff.
thing. You know what I'm saying? But that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to another Chris and Ant show.
That's right. Please
like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that good jazz.
That's right.
We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on podcast. So we are all over the place. So until next time, see you later.
Go grab the book. Sell more, live more.